VA musket! Firing! Demonstration! Right over here!
And of course I'll be shooting for you guys. So the first thing you probably notice is that I don't exactly look like a soldier, correct? And you'd be right to guess that. That's because I'm not exactly what you would call a soldier. I'm what you call milice. What that is French-Canadian militia. They're going to serve for France during the French and Indian War. So we're looking at the 1750s, and of course that's a big, huge world war, mainly between France and England, but over here in the United States, that's really a main theater for that war. So I'm dressed in a kind of a combination between native clothing and European clothing. So starting up top, if you guys are hockey fans or Canadians, my hat is actually called a toque. You can still get toques today. You can still wear toques today. Moving down from there, I've got this thing on. It's called a capeau, and this is kind of like the 18th century hoodie. Keeps me warm. I've got these nice big sleeves. I can put a hood up and inclement weather, stuff like that. Moving down from there, really once you get to the waist, that's where you start seeing those native influences in clothing. Around my legs, I have mitas, which are also called Indian gaiters. I'm also wearing no pants. You guys are probably pretty happy that you can't see that, but I've got a breech clout on, which is essentially just a loincloth. The reason we're wearing these kind of native influenced articles of clothing is because here in North America, this place is still the wilderness. So wearing breeches with stockings and stuff like that, it's not really suitable. All that stuff is going to get torn up in the underbrush, all that good stuff. Really, this just allows more freedom of movement, better suited for the wilderness. My gear, still mostly European, but there are still some native influences. I've got this shot pouch on, and again, this is more of a civilian hunting pouch. These are going to be pretty popular in Europe, but I've also got this powder horn, which is something that you start really seeing in North America. I've got a slit pouch over here, and then on my back, I've got this thing called a casquette, and that literally means head smasher in French. However, I'm not going to be smashing heads with these. I'm going to be smashing logs. This is kind of like the 18th century multi-tool. So, not really for killing people, more for killing wood for the fire. My gun here is a fusil de chasse, and that's a trade gun. Trade guns are going to be really popular with natives, really popular with civilians, not so popular with the military because they're going to be made of lesser grade wood, lesser grade metal, stuff like that. But it is a little bit lighter than a military gun, a little better balanced. So I guess the pros and the cons kind of weigh each other out. Essentially though, it's going to work like all flintlock muskets in the 18th century. What I have here is a piece of flint. What's going to happen when I pull the trigger is it's going to fly forward, scrape down this steel, creating sparks, and those sparks are going to ignite a trail of gunpowder leading inside the breech, which will then ignite a main charge of powder and make everything go boom out the business end, hopefully. On days like today, that's not really a guarantee. The water will get to the powder, thus neutralizing it, or if it's windy, powder will blow away, sparks will blow away. If it's really hot and muggy out, that gunpowder might just turn to soup and lubricate everything up. These guns work on friction. So, there's a lot that can go wrong with these guns, so hopefully I can get it to fire for you guys today. So to load, I'm going to reach around my shot pouch here, pull out a cartridge. This isn't something that you're going to see milice using. This is a military thing. Milice are going to be loading with powder horns, and they're also going to have separate balls that they're going to ram down. But New York State doesn't like us having powder filled in our horns because they view that as a bomb. So, due to laws today, I'm going to have to load with a cartridge. So what this is a paper tube filled with gunpowder down at the bottom. There would be a musket ball. I'm going to rip this open with my teeth like so. Pour all that powder into the pan, close that, pass this about, and I'm going to pour the rest of the charge down the barrel. Normally I'd ram down, but these cartridges are made for a military gun, which have bigger bores. So I'm not going to ram down today because if I do that, you guys probably won't hear all too well for the next few hours. But when I ram down, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out this wooden rod right here called a rammer. I'm going to push all that stuff down to the bottom. So from there, I'm going to go to full cock, which means that the safety is done disengaged, and then I'll fire. So if you don't like loud noises, cover your ears now. 3, 2, 1. And got a good result today. You see all that smoke and fire that came